Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and look at the lovely image on screen. This puzzle was built to commemorate a dog birthday. I think we've missed that dog birthday. It looks like it was August the 15th, but we only got sent the puzzle a day or two before, so I'm not going to blame us too much about that, but it's a very good image. And this comes in from Radiant Songbird, whose first puzzle it is, inspired by Cracking the Cryptic, the channel. Hurrah! That's always good to hear, and not the first time we've heard it, but ever gratifying, I have to assure you. It really is lovely to hear that people have sort of got a hold of the genre and got into variant Sudoku and then started setting them. Now, Radiant Songbird said this might be gas level, very straightforward, so we'll see. What I will say is that constructors very often underestimate the difficulty of their puzzle and very rarely overestimate the difficulty of their puzzle. Does happen, but it's rare because I think they've worked so long on the logic that they see fairly complicated steps as very straightforward. I mean, there are a number of constructors who send us quite a lot of puzzles that are just so difficult that even if we try them, they are unlikely to turn up in a video because it's just too hard. The solve takes too long and is not fun to watch. And I'm afraid that does apply occasionally. Now, nothing to do with Radiant Songbird, whose first submission this is. So we'll have a go at this in a moment. Nice, straightforward rule set, I think, and everybody can have a try. And celebrate Finnegan's birthday, which is probably the most important part about it. Now, we'll look at that in a moment. Don't forget that on Patreon, 1st of September, the launch date for Back to the Future by Blobs. Fantastic patron reward. Loads of, I want to say 12 or 13, I can't remember the exact number. Somewhere between 11 and 13 puzzles. And they're really high quality. Maybe it's 10? I can't remember. I'm so stupid. But they're really, really good, and you will enjoy those a lot. Do join us on Patreon, where, of course, you can also see Simon's epic battle with Listen by Eck from The Listener. It's just an amazing puzzle. You don't have to be interested in cryptic crosswords. And if you're not interested in the clue solving, skip the first 4 episodes. It's brilliant. That's on Patreon as well. Along with connections videos and crossword videos of all sorts, and more Sudoku. So do check it out. Also, we've got apps which do, of course, feature line Sudoku like today's, as well as Fog of War and our latest worms that we're very proud of. Do check those out. There's also SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD on the links under the video. But let's do the rules to Happy Birthday Finnegan. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Adjacent digits on a green German whispers line must have a difference of at least 5. So you could put 1 and 6 in those cells, or 4 and 9, or 3 and 9, but you couldn't put 3 and 7. Box borders divide blue region sum lines into segments with the same sum. So those 2 digits add up to that, add up to those 2 combined. And digits in white circles must appear in the 4 surrounding cells. So there must be a 1, a 5 and an 8 in that group of 4 and in that group. 815, obviously the theme date. It appears regularly in the puzzle, both there in the quadruple circles and obviously these possible given digits. Right, give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get... Oh, hang on. No. Black dot as well. So there's a 1 to 2 ratio between the 2 numbers in that black dot. One is double the other. Right, now we can give it a try. Let's get cracking. Okay, so there's a 1 around this quadruple. There's also an 8 around it, and that 8 is not on the blue line, or that would add up to too much once you add another digit to be 8. So the 8 must be in one of those cells. Basically what No, I was going to say what you could do is work out what these possible sums are. They must include at least one of 1, 5 and 8, and no two of those add up to 8. So it's either a 1, 7 pair or a 3, 5 pair. And actually that doesn't necessarily help with the rest of it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. There is a 1 on that, and there's a 5, and the 5 can't be on the green line. The things we know about green lines are they never have a 5 on, because there's no Sudoku digit that can go next to that. They alternate, therefore, between higher and lower than 5 digits, because otherwise the difference wouldn't be maintained. And 4 and 6, the monogamous digits, which only have one possible partner on the line, cannot be in places where they would have two partners that see each other. What do I mean by that? I mean that this cell, for instance, couldn't be a 4 because both of those would have to be 9. So, having said all of that, and now having marked up the line in two different colours, one of which is going to represent higher than 5 digits, one of which is going to represent lower than 5, maybe we could note, now this is interesting, if this was a high set, if this was a high set of digits, these greens here, as long as I've got the alternation right, this logic works. Yes, if that was a high set, these digits would be 6, 7, and 9. Now, 6 is the only one of those that can go on a black dot. 7 and 9 have neither double themselves nor half themselves as a Sudoku digit. So you'd have to put the 6 here, and that's a problem in all kinds of ways, because both of those digits, this isn't a position where you can't have a monogamous digit, but it is a position where you can't have 6, because both of these would have to be 1, and they see the other ones in the grid. That's not possible. So these are low, and therefore we now know that green is the low number, and we can turn it blue. Purple is the high number, and can turn it orange. And these cells are now from 1, 2, 3, 4, and that opens up a vast array of options on the black dot. So that digit is 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, I don't know, I'm confusing myself. Now, 8 and 1 have to appear in this group of cells. What does that do for us? I don't know. Okay, this digit is high, can't be 8 by Sudoku, and it's in this position where it can't be a monogamous 6, because both of those would have to be 1, and in fact neither of them can be 1. So that's 7 or 9, and I'm now going to rule out 7 as well. If that was a 7, these digits would have to be 2 and 1, that 7 is allowed to be touching, and that 1 breaks that. So this is a 9. And now this digit, which is also not monogamous because its two neighbours see each other in the same column, is 7 or 8. There's also a high digit on this line. I don't know if that's useful. This one is now 2 or 3 because it sees 7 or 8 and it's not a 1. This one, however, could be as much as 4. This can't be as much as 4 because its neighbour is 7 or 8. This one cannot be 6 because its two neighbours see each other. And then I run out of traction in that area. Just having a quick look at these blue lines. I don't think they're very helpful at the moment. Not to me anyway. This one is more helpful. This digit is 5 plus something. So the lower digit is 1, 2, 3 or 4 and the higher digit is 6, 7, 8 or 9. We know it can't be 8 because 8's in one of those cells according to the quadruple clue. If it was 6, things would break down in this column. If that was a 6, these would both be low digits, and then we'd have 5 low digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's not possible in column 3. So that's not a 6. And this isn't 1. And now this could be painted blue, and that's all the blues. And that's really interesting for this digit, which is now orange, therefore. It can't even be 5, which I'm not going to colour. This is at least 6 because of this blue set of 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, that digit can't be 1. So the only place for 1 in this column is now resolved is here. This one can't be 1 because of the quadruple circle in the box. That's interesting, but it's not leading to much else because it doesn't limit those. It was this one I was getting focused on. This can't be a 9 because this line would add up to too much for that. It can't be an 8 because of that. So that is 6 or 7. This now, since we got that, this can't be a 1. The biggest difference available between those is 3. So that digit is 2 or 3. I'm going to keep on colouring just for a bit. I'm probably going to remove all the colours in a moment. Somebody recently told me that I could be quicker with removing the colouring by using Control A. I think it would only have saved about a second or two in the video they were talking about. And I am aware of that function. It's just that there's a bit of a risk with Control A of accidentally hitting delete everything or something. Anyway, sorry, waffling away. 2, 3, 4. I don't know what this is, but it touches 2 digits in different places. So it's at least 7. Would it be a struggle to be 7 itself? That would be 1, that would be 2, that would be 1. Oh, 8 can't be in the blue cell, obviously. So one of those two is 8 around this quadruple. And now that can't be 8. So we are getting very restricted in these digits here. But 8 in box 7 is in one of those two. And that's not an X-wing that I need. This can't be 8 because it's blue. Ever since I coloured the long line, that's been obvious, and I could have written 8 in here. Now, have I got a way of deciding where 8 is in box 2? If it was on this line, the line will add up to at least 15. 5, 8, and 2. And then this would have to add up to at least 15, and it can't use an 8. So it would either be 6, 9 or 7, 9. I can't rule that out at the moment. And therefore I'm not going to try it anymore. This has not got a 9 or an 8 on. So its high digit is 6 or 7. And therefore its low one must be 1 or 2. We can't colour which is which because we just don't, it doesn't connect to this line. That can't be a 1 by Sudoku, so this can't be a 6 by German whisper rules. I don't quite know where to... I mean, we're very close to a full break in here. I mean, we're really nearly done. Oh, there's a 5 by Sudoku. That is a 5. 4 5s are looking into box 1. Oh, well, that's changed. Okay, so now... as we compare that pair with that pair, this digit has to be 4 greater than this one. So this one can't be 5 or 9. It must be 6, 7 or 8. This is 4 fewer than that, 2, 3 or 4. And this pair will add up to 7, 8 or 9 as well. This digit, oh, we are running out of digits in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4 are gone in the blues. Then 5 is gone. This is 6 or 7. Can't be 8 or 9 either. And we've decided that this pair adds up to 7, 8 or 9, and that's already 6 or 7. Again, the biggest difference available is 3. This must be 2 or 3. If I colour it, it may be a little more obvious than it was before. That we're forming 2, 3 pairs in both column 2 and row 2, and these two digits therefore have to be 4. And that is very powerful. Now we are in cooking with gas, we're going to motor along. On the German Whisper, that 4 has to be next to a 9. And that's maybe all we can do. But on this line, we've got the N for the line. Those two add up to 9. So these two have to add up to 9. That's an 8. Doesn't actually resolve those two. What am I at here? Don't know. But this column needs a 9. So there it is. That's going to make this digit, can't be 9 or 8. If it was 6, these would be 1s. So it must be a 7. And since neither of these can be 1s, they must now be 2s. Then I can do 4 in column 3 and a 3. That 3 can't touch a 7 on the green line, so that's a 9. The 5 and 4 obviously add up to 9. These pairs both add up to 9, but that doesn't actually help me resolve them. Let's use the 2-3 pair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 all gone in this column. We've got 1, 8, 7, 6 to place. This digit cannot be 1 or 8 because they're confined to the quadruple cells in box 4. And it can't be 7 because of that, so it must be 6. And now we know that this line's N is 15. So these two add up to 10. The digits we have left to put in this box are 2, 3, 6 and 7. Which two of those add up to 10? 7 and 3 do. So we can fill them in. This is a 6-2 pair. We can actually do that based on this 2. That 6 makes this a 7. We know this pair adds up to 9. Now this pair is forced to be a 3 and a 6. We've placed 8 in box 7 and have a 2-7 pair left over. Let's do column 2 next. 2, 4, 6, 9, 3, 5. This digit is naked because it sees 7 and 8 in the row it's in. 1 there. This is a 7-8 pair. I am going to remove all the colouring now because I think it's done its full job for us. I did use the Control A key to highlight the whole grid. This has to be a 1 because of the quadruple and for other reasons. That's a 4. This group of cells is 3, 9, 6 in that order as far as I can see looking across the grid. That gets us a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. That can't be a 7. So we know the order of high and low there, but not actually which they are. That has become a 3. And then this has become an 8. I can take those candidates out of other cells in the same column. That one I can also remove 2 from the row. So that's a 1. This is a low digit that isn't 1 or 3, so I'm going to put 2 or 4 as candidates. We're not quite finished yet. There's a 7 to come in one of these cells in column 6. That is 3 or 5. This is 5 or 6 just by eliminating the other candidates. Oh, this digit on the black dot is very easy, isn't it? That's a 4. 2, 5 and 6 to place here. Right, this has to be high because of that 1. So it's actually 6. And that can only touch a 1 on the line. So this is 5 because it's in a box with a 2. That's 2 to complete the column. This is 3 because 5 has appeared in the box, and that's 6 for the same reason. This is a 5-7 pair, but we know from the quadruple circle that the 5 has to be touching it. Now we can add up this blue line. 3 and 5 there. This is a 4 to complete the box. 2 and 7 are resolved. 5 and 3 go in here. 4, 7, 9 in these cells. That one can't be 9, that one can't be 4. 1, 2, 6 in these ones. That one can't be 1. Okay, let's have a look at column 8. Right, that's a 7, 9 pair. So the only other digits not placed in column 8 are 2 and 6. This one must be a 2 because of that 6. On the line, we can tell what we're adding up to. That's a 6. This has become a 4 by Sudoku, and by German Whisper, that is a 9. We can't tell what that is by Whisper, but we have surely got enough information to finish off now. This is a 9-8 pair in that order. That fixes the 8-7 pair. We can complete rows 5 and 6 with the last available digits. That 7 looks up here and makes that a 6. The whisper makes that a 1. And now we are cruising home. This is a 9, 7, 4. That's a 2, and that's a 1 in the corner. 5 and 8 still to go. And we have completed Happy Birthday, Finnegan. Woof woof to you, Finnegan. I hope you've had a great birthday. I believe you're the dog of a friend of Radiant Songbird, and I'm delighted to wish you a happy birthday. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed a very approachable puzzle there, as advertised, and I hope you've had a very good day generally. That you'll come back and join us again for more tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.